back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the teeth. Now listen guys, before I go into the analysis of tonight's episode of Nigerian Idol Season 7, I just want to first of all declare that my favorite performance of tonight came from none other than Faith. Guys, I was blown away. I was literally taking down notes, yes, of every single contestant's performance, and when it came to Faith's turn, the only thing I could write was simply perfection. Guys, all I could see, all I could hear, the emotions that she provoked from me was nothing short of perfection. Everything was simply perfect. Guys, I could not complain. There was absolutely nothing to complain. There was nothing to correct for me, guys. I mean, her vocal texture, a melodious voice. What else? Guys, everything was perfect. Song choice especially was simply perfect. Guys, she came prepared. I was just all excited, and oh my god, I think it was basically the melody, the way she sang that song. That song is actually a beautiful song. She performed Emiliana by CK. I don't know who the CK artist is, but I've been hearing this song a lot on radio. Every single time that I'm driving and that song comes up on my radio, I am super excited, yes. And so hearing Faith perform that song tonight, guys, it provoked a different kind of emotions from me. As a matter of fact, I was already visualizing in my mind, yes, a collaboration between Faith and CK. Yes, trust me, it's gonna come out perfect. Yes, it's gonna come out perfect. And so taking it all the way from the top, tonight's show was actually beautiful, yes. Although there were a lot of surprising moments, yes, but there was no hyper moment for me. There was no shocking moment for me, but it was overall beautiful. Now, starting with the evictions, yes, David Operah got evicted. A lot of people were actually shocked. A lot of people were surprised, but I wasn't really surprised. I mean, guys, if you've been following my Nigerian Idols reviews, you would have heard me complain a lot of times that David Operah needed to be careful with his song selection, you know, with the way he is very, very just relaxed when performing. And I had always said that this dude could actually do better. So when his name was called as the evicted contestant for tonight, guys, to be very frank with you, I wasn't really surprised. I wasn't taken unawares. I wasn't taken aback. I just knew that somehow it was gonna happen, and somehow I knew that he wasn't gonna make it to the top 5, to be very frank with you all guys. So I just want to wish him congratulations anyways. Yes, congratulations to him. He came this far. He did great. He sold himself. He sold his talent. He showcased himself on a very, very huge platform. And I want to strongly believe that he's going to definitely kill it out there. Now, all the surprises that happened tonight came, first of all, from the opening performance as rendered by the top 7 contestants. That was inclusive of David Operah before he was evicted. Guys, it was beautiful. It was a showstopper. I loved it. They together performed D'banj's Oliver Twist. And guys, coincidentally, I think tomorrow will make that song 10 years old since it came out into the world. Yes, I mean, D'banj was really, really excited. It got all emotional. Guys, I was really emotional. I loved it. I loved it. I mean, they all killed it. Every single contestant that performed that song, guys, they did great. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. To be very honest, I thoroughly enjoyed it more than the overall performances. Yes, exclusive of Faith's performance, of course, but I enjoyed it more than the other, you know, top 5 contestants' performance. And then we received another surprise during the performance, of course. I mean, the opening performance with the top 7 contestants. Yes, Akuna from the season 6 of Nigerian Idols, who turned out to be the last female standing that season. And then the winner, yes, the winner of that same season, Kingdom, they featured in that performance, guys. It was beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And Kingdom also has a new single, which he released, I think, a few weeks ago. Yes, guys, it was lovely. It was beautiful. He performed it at the end of the show. Of course, guys, I almost cried because it made me realize that, yes, this guy really was the deserving winner of the season 6 of Nigerian Idols. Now, away from all of that, another final surprise that we got tonight was from Simi's husband. I'm talking about Adekunle Gold. So I think Simi's birthday was during the week, and so the husband surprised her with a birthday cake. today. Yes, I mean, it was so beautiful. It was just simply romantic. I loved it. Simi could not get enough of hugging her husband. Yes, guys, I thoroughly enjoyed that moment. Now, away from all of that, moving on to the actual performance from our top 6 contestants. So tonight's theme was Afrobeat, and to be very frank with you all, I was super excited because I specifically was looking forward to seeing how these contestants were going to select their songs. Yes, I'm talking about their song selection, how they were going to perform, because of course we've actually seen them perform different genres of music. Yes, so I was of course looking forward to seeing how they were going to hold their own on the stage tonight. And so the first contestant to perform tonight was Jordan. He performed Anybody by Burna Boy. Guys, to be very frank with you, I want to first of all appreciate Jordan for his energy on the stage, for his performance of the song. He did well. His dance moves was excellent. He really tried. However, I was worried. I was sad. I was sad because of his song selection. To be very frank with you all, guys, okay, I think I've said to be very frank with you a lot of times already, but listen, I'm trying to be frank, to be as frank as possible. I wasn't really impressed with his song selection. And this is, I think, the second time that Jordan is going to be performing a song from Burna Boy. And honestly, if we're going to tell ourselves the truth, I do not think Jordan has the voice texture to carry Burna Boy's song. Yes. And the reason for that is because Burna Boy has a very, very rich, deep baritone. Yes, it takes someone like Francis. If you all recall Francis from the season 6 of Nigerian Idols, yes, it takes someone that has that kind of voice texture to comfortably and excellently perform Burna Boy's song. But Jordan does not have that kind of voice texture. I was really wishing that he had actually selected something else. And I'm glad that Simi pointed that out as well. Yes, although he tried, he did well. His stage presence was beautiful, but it felt as though there was something clogging up his voice. Yes, you know when he wants to say, anybody, it felt as if there was something choking his voice, or there was something restricting him from giving a free flow performance, if you know what I mean. So I wasn't really impressed, yes, but overall, he tried. He did well. And so I want to advise you, Jordan, please don't perform another Burna Boy song again. Please look for something else. You could have chosen a song from any other music artist because you have a beautiful voice. Your voice texture is kind of soft. Yes, and sometimes fierceness does not always equate to perfection. Yes, I mean, even though Burna Boy or any other music artist is any of the contestants' idols, I am not of the opinion that they must perform a song from their idol. I mean, you must not perform your idol song. You can always choose something else that actually suits your voice, that actually helps you perform better, right? But anyways, moving on to Banty's performance. So Banty performed Love Don't Cost a Dime by Magic and Ayestar. Guys, to be very frank with you, I was so happy watching Banty perform in the most relaxed manner. Yes, in my opinion, this was the first song that Banty performed that she did not have to struggle. This was the first song that Banty performed that she did not have to kill herself on that stage for. Yes, she sang passionately, guys. Her expression of the emotions that comes with the song was a very, very beautiful interpretation of it all, guys. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed her performance. However, I noticed that at some point, it felt like she was actually rushing the song. She was rushing the lyrics. She was rushing the performance itself. And there was a part where she almost went off, when she was ad-lipping. So I performed Nagode by Yemi Alade. Overall, in my opinion, it was a beautiful performance. It was calm, it was easy, it was relaxed, it was beautiful. I loved her regalia. I loved the way she interpreted the lyrics of the song. I loved the way she carried herself on the stage. However, I noticed that her abdominal strength for singing was weak. I don't know if I'm putting it the right way, but what I'm saying is for those areas of the performance of the song where she was to use her abdominal strength to hit a note, she would rather switch immediately to using the high notes to pitch. Yes, which was okay. I mean, there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. But then it went to show that she had that weakness. Yes, I mean, it was very, very obvious to me as one who used to sing professionally. Yes, I used to sing, guys, and if there's anything I remember from my days of doing music, it was the different kinds of voices that we have. There's the head voice, there's the throat voice, there's the nasal voice, there's the, abdominal voice, there's the pitch, these kind of things. There's a lot of it like that. And I noticed, guys, it was so glaring to me that, wow, she's actually struggling with producing some notes from her abdominal voice, if I am getting it right. For those of you who are the modern day musicians, please help me out if you have the right word or the right musical term for it. Let me know in the comment section below. But if you understand what I'm talking about, still go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. But overall, for Itoa's performance, it was beautiful. Now moving on to Zadok. Yes, listen guys, I thoroughly enjoyed Zadok's performance, especially because I think this is the first time I'm actually watching and listening to him sing and perform Afrobeat from start to finish on this Nigerian Idol stage. And it was quite exciting to see him in a different zone, to see him in a different light. He really did great. He performed Laye by Kiss Daniel. The song is some kind of high-tempo song, very, very beautiful rendition. I love the stage presence. We all know that Zadok is the performer of the season, like when it comes to engaging the audience, engaging the judges, engaging the viewers at home. He really, really killed it. However, there was a point where it felt like Zadok was trying to overcompensate for the lack of energy and excitement that the other first three contestants had actually lacked in their performance. Guys, I don't know if you know what I mean. So look at it this way. The first three people that performed, Jordan, Itoha, and Banti, their performance was not overly energetic, and we know and recognize that in Zadok's performances, it's always very, very energetic. Yes, so he probably felt like, okay, maybe people are expecting him to be very, very energetic, and so there was a point where he was trying to pitch and modulate, and he almost went flat. Yes, guys, at that point, I cringed. I was like, Zaddy, hey, hold up, hold yourself. Don't do too much. Yes, I felt like he did too much. I mean, I was literally telling my brother who was sitting beside me that, what's going on? And me and my brother literally turned and looked at each other like, this guy wants to mess up, But then the second time he pitched, hit that high note and modulated, he actually now balanced it up, and then that kind of compensated for the flop that he almost made with that first pitch. And so the next contestant that performed tonight was from none other than Faith. Guys, I already analyzed Faith's performance at the start of this video. To be very frank with you all, I don't really have much to say anymore, other than it was pure bliss watching her perform. It was pure perfection. And to be very frank with you all, for the first time this season 7 of Nigerian Idols, Faith being in her comfort zone worked for her perfectly. Yes, I know I'm using the word perfection again, but it worked for her perfectly. Yes, I mean, the song selection, as I said, was perfect, which is our usual calm, soft zone. It thoroughly worked for her, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. That is all. Shikena, nothing else. There was no error, there was no flaws. It was perfect from start to finish. Now, moving on to the last but not the least, I'm talking about Progress. Okay, listen, what I'm going to say right now, I know a lot of you might drag me for this, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it anyways. Listen, Progress's performance tonight, it was beautiful. As usual, it was energetic. However, at some point, I felt like he was shouting, to be very frank with you all. I felt like he was shouting. And I was not really impressed 100% from the start of the song. It was actually the end of the song that I thoroughly enjoyed. I loved the way he ended the song. However, there was something different I was expecting Progress to do. Now, everybody knows that the song Bloody Samaritan is a huge song. It went viral. Yes, I mean, it trended for a long time. He became a fave on TikTok. He became a fave on Instagram Reels. Every celebrity wanted to be associated with Bloody Samaritan. And a lot of people did covers of the song. I don't know if you all remember that particular choir or group that actually did a cover of the song, yes, where the alto singer started, or then the tenor singer sang, and then the bass singer starts. Guys, it was beautiful, you know, from different voice to the other voice to the other range, and then they were modulating. It was so beautiful. I was somehow expecting and hoping that Progress was going to pull off something like that. I mean, he has the backup singers to himself on the stage, right? So I was hoping that the backup singers, they were going to do that, and then he was going to be the one modulating and ad-lipping, and then boom, he would just explode with the performance. To be very frank with you guys, I was actually expecting him to do something like that. Maybe not the exact same way, but something like that. But then I did not see it. And I was kind of disappointed because I felt like in this one performance, Progress could have automatically married his chorister vibes with his newfound secular vibes, and he would have killed it. He would have greatly utilized the contribution of the backup singers to his own advantage, guys. I don't know if I'm asking too much. I don't know if I'm expecting too much, but I've seen Progress perform way better than this, to the point that I was actually expecting him to, yes, ironically, progress, you know, do way better than last week's performance. Last week's performance was explosive. It was the it performance, right? So I was expecting him to progress from that. But today, he did great, too, don't get me wrong, but not what Progress would have actually performed on a normal day. If you agree with me, go ahead, let me know in the comment section below. If you don't agree with me, it's all well and good. I will be looking forward to all of you's thoughts about tonight's show in the comment section below, as I will see you all on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah. Watch out for tomorrow's video, guys. It's going to be a blast. Have an amazing night's rest. Bye.